Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. Man, has it been a rough couple of days since the All-Star break hit. However, of course, it is still there's still a ton of basketball left to be played. And of course, tonight there are several games on this afternoon and this evening that I think could hold some value. And I am back at it once again here to try to right the ship here on a Sunday afternoon before we head into a new work week. And I'm going to start it off with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors here from north of the border, where the Raptors come in as a solid 8.5-point favorite. Total of 201.5. Now, without Marc Gasol for the rest of the season, the Grizzlies made some moves at the All-Star break and could be looking like a pretty good team. They got Brandon Wright back recently. They, of course, added some depth to this club. So Memphis, however, even though they do play at one of the slower paces along with the Toronto Raptors this season, without Gasol, they could try to speed things up like they have been doing here recently coming into and coming out of the All-Star break. And if that's the case, the over could be a very good play between these two teams in their respective positions here tonight with a total of 201.5. Both of these clubs have been giving up well over 100 points per game in their last 10 games. The Grizzlies, with a little bit faster and more offensive stockpile of weapons here now after the All-Star break, they could be a very good offensive team here tonight against the Toronto Raptors. They put up 209 points against the Wolves a couple nights ago with 82 shots, which is very good. They've scored 107 points per game in their last 10 games as well, where they've given up scored at least 109 in 3 of their last 4. While the Raptors also lost their last 2 straddling the All-Star break. They're scoring about 106 points per game in their last 10 games. So the offensive firepower is there for both of these teams. They can both get it going here tonight. The Grizzlies can play a little faster. I like over here at 201. Next up is the Pacers and the Orlando Magic from Amway Center, where the Magic come in as a 1.5-point favorite in this one, total of 200 and a hook. And Indiana has owned the Magic here recently this season and in seasons past. And I think as underdogs in this one, they provide some pretty good value here at plus 1.5 for a couple of reasons. Orlando selling off Tobias Harris at the deadline is kind of a signal that they're still rebuilding. Going to want to get some minutes for their young guys, whereas Indiana's making a run at the playoffs here. And they've been very good against the spread here, against the Eastern Conference this season. Indiana is 21-9 against the spread in conference games this season. They're 9-5 against the spread when playing against Eastern Conference teams on the road this season. On top of that, Pacers are a perfect 6-0 straight up and against the spread against the Magic in their last 6 contests against one another. I consider this a pretty good bargain here with the Pacers coming in as a slight underdog in this one. Orlando only 5-16 straight up in their last 21 straight games. I think Indiana can come in, get the win in this one, or at the very least only lose by a point, and get the cover here at plus 1.5. That'll do it for me this time. Make sure you check out my NBA picks of the day tomorrow. Hopefully we can get back on track tonight and start off the work week going the right direction here on Monday. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.